Eric, obviously we're here in your offices here for iBuySD.com. Is that the website?
Yeah,
People want to go sell you my house. I'll give you a little pitch for yourself there. Been at this for a while now. You guys have been running an incredibly successful company. It doesn't matter what room we go into. People know what you guys are doing here and the success that you've had doing it and the efficiency of it. We've been talking all day today about the people component of making sure that all works. We always say it though, there's two sides of it, which is the people and then the process.
Yeah.
You got to have both working hand in hand, and specifically in your role, more on the operation side of things and directing traffic and things like that. Just kind of give us some context. How you guys worked with Sharper now for 6-7 years?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What was it kind of like before? Like what were kind of the what did it look like at iBuySD before kind of putting systems in?
Before it wasn't even iBuySD, you know, right? When I started the team, I came into an office here in Mission Valley, and I sat on a couch, not a desk. Shared it with another gentleman where we would start off doing calling, and there's boxes floor to ceiling. You had to shimmy through the boxes.
Nice.
And the whole office was a mess. It got condemned, actually, this building.
That's awesome.
It's pretty legendary. And it was a Wild West.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like many organizations, I'm sure people are probably laughing right now when they hear this.
Yeah.
It was a Wild West. And we started to get some structure as we started to hire. We didn't know this, but started to hire people that had different, levels of structure and organization and other stuff like that. So it started to kind of come together, but it was a Wild West gunslinger arena.
Yeah.
And when you guys came along with Sharper, we had first implemented the PI, and that was the first eye-opening moment where I was like, okay, we can actually predictably put the right people in the right seats, and we feel confident about it. In fact, we're going to learn this thing and learn it well. So we had an implementation day with that, and that was really interesting because then we could even see what we were.
Yeah.
And fortunately, I think a lot of us were in roles that actually made sense just intuitively.
Yeah.
But we got lucky.
Yeah.
So we implemented that, went deeper and deeper with the team on PI, and then we implemented Traction.
Yeah.
And
So we went through that whole process with you guys. Gary and Susan came out, different coaches came out, put in the systems and processes, and about, 2 years ago, a year and a half ago now, you guys re-implemented everything going into Rise. And so
Rise, yeah.
I got to come out here and work with you guys for a day, and then Gary and Susan came out, and I came back and worked with you guys again for a day. So kind of what's that process like of going through installing it? So before we get to what it kind of came out of it, what's that installation process? What are some of the things that maybe were big takeaways through that?
Mm-hmm. The big takeaways in installing something is it does take some energy to get it up and going, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
When you go through the consulting side, you even might understand like, oh yeah, I should run weekly meetings. I should think about our marketing this specific way. I should think about our processes this certain way and map them out. But it gives you this really clear-cut framework of showing you what you should be doing. And once you start on that path, it'll take a little bit of time, but once you do it, it's worth it because it is the key to get that next level of scale.
Yeah.
And so if you're thinking about implementing something like this is probably what your business needs to get to that next level. And that's how it was for us. And so now moving toward Rise, it's that next elevated version of what we were previously using. And it's allowing us to get to, we're almost 150 people now in the organization. So it's allowing for that level of scale.
Yeah. So now that we painted the picture at the beginning, sitting on the couch with the boxes of papers, making calls.
Yeah.
What's the business look like today? Like what verticals are you guys in? What things are you thinking about? How has the business kind of matured over these last 7 years?
Yeah. So we started off, really it came from the agency side.
Okay.
Started on the real estate agents, and investment made a lot of sense. That was Phil's story. I came from hard money. He's like, why don't you come be an agent / acquisition person, and then, kind of built from there. And so we started off really just doing some wholesale and small amounts of fix and flip, and then also working as a real estate agent. That's how it started.
Got it.
And then moved into a large flipping organization where at the time large for us was doing 5 projects a month or 10 projects a month.
Wow.
And then it's since scaled. So we do fix and flip to the tune of probably about 400 projects a year.
Wow.
We do wholesale for another few hundred deals. Infill development. Right now we have, I think we're closing in on 1,000 units in development right now.
Okay.
So basically taking single family lots or just parcels of land, building new multifamily construction.
Nice.
Within our market here in San Diego. And we have branched into digital marketing with an agency,
Mhm.
direct mail marketing as an agency.
Yeah.
We have a property management business that manages mostly our assets, but short-term rentals, bunch of rentals across Southern California,
Nice.
long-term rentals. What else am I missing?
Is that all? In
I don't know. It's growing. So
Yeah.
it's an ecosystem
Yeah.
now, and that same framework, when you learn it for the real estate side, allows you to build enough leverage
Yeah.
where you can have these businesses running, and then also profitably and sustainably take on these next businesses, and you can take those same core fundamentals and move it to the next one, and then ultimately gives you some vertical integration and some economies of scale, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's such a fun team to work with because you guys do things at such a high level. We've talked about PI all day today. The high cognitive scores and the people in
Yeah.
the right seats shows up when it comes time to install new things. And it's been cool. I've gone to quite a few offices now where somebody's looked at me and said, yeah, Phil Green told me the first thing you guys have to do is hire Sharper to come in. So appreciate being big fans of us, as we're huge fans of you guys and what you do here and the level you do it at. It's just is so impressive.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Absolutely.